YouTube. So what an amazing week it's been. And before we get on to the topic, I just want to update a few things. As you guys know, we normally do an Easter egg hunt video every year. And this year it may not happen because we just got two little foster kids, a 7-year-old and a 12-month-old. And that actually is it's going to be a really crazy weekend this weekend. And we're not allowed to put foster kids on video.
Right.
So that throws kind of a wrench into our plans. So now we want to talk about spirituality and religion and the concepts of using it as a weapon. We recently have come in the attention of a pastor by the name of
James David Manning, who has a channel on YouTube called The Manning Report with a pretty sizable subscription base.
Yeah, he's got a pretty big audience, and he's using his voice in a way that's super destructive. He obviously saw Daniel's video of reading his letter to the justice, which was kind of all over the place, and he had a super negative response to it. And before we go on anymore, I'd like you guys to take a look at it. Go ahead.
They're going after young children, which I consider sexual molestation. They're going after young children in their puberty. They're going after young children who have not yet approached puberty, having them in commercials on television, writing letters to judges and justices, asking that same-sex marriage be endorsed. They have no idea what they're talking about. At 10 years old, a boy doesn't know what he's talking about, asking a justice to approve of same-sex marriage. It's sexual molestation. It ought to be classified as child rape. It ought to be classified as child pornography to have any child under the age of 18 consenting to same-sex couples, or any television channel to promote such pornography, having a 12-year-old boy on their television writing to Justice Thomas, asking the justice to approve same-sex marriage. What the hell does he know about marriage? What does he know about family? And why is he being molested like this? Is sexual molestation at the highest level. It's child rape. It's child pornography. And my brothers and my sisters, we need to stand up and stop this rape of our children. But be ye ever mindful, all of you under the age of 30, they're coming after you. They're coming after you like you would never believe. And the reason why is because they know that you are naive. They know that you don't know. Like I said earlier, you have to be a certain age in America before you can cast a vote.
So I have to say, both of us are here as Daniel's fathers. I have to say that I'm extraordinarily angry and disgusted at this individual for what he's doing, because he's putting my son out there and saying that he's being raped and molested. Those are disgusting accusations to throw out there, and we in our channel try to talk a lot about homophobia and discrimination and the negative stereotypes that are heaped on gay people and gay families. And this gentleman is a huge purveyor of those things.
And we actually only showed you guys a really short clip of it. He goes on and on and on and on, basically repeating the same concepts over and over and over again about gay marriage. And one of the things I find most interesting is that he says that anybody under the age of 30 should not be allowed to vote. And he tries to make his point about that. And I guess because now, people, younger generations are more accepting of gay people, he feels like if we make laws where if you're under the age of 30, you can't vote, then I guess gay people won't have as many protections and rights and, won't do as well we're doing now with the voters and the populace. But when he talks about Daniel as, and about gay people molesting kids and rape and we should be put in prison for basically doing what we're doing is kind of crazy.
Yeah, for somebody who made a video that was supposed to be about age, Mr. Manning, Pastor Manning, doesn't appear to show a lot of emotional maturity for his own chronological age. Yeah. For somebody who is as old as he is to be so focused on sex and sexuality, to me seems really immature, personally. And it's really hard for me not to be angry that he takes our family, erases our love for each other, our humanity, our willing to stand by each other as a family, and turns it into something so disgusting. It's beyond my words to describe it.
And we are spiritual people. We do go to church, and we do have faith, and we have spirituality. And I think when people like him, they want to make it seem like gay people are some type of a destructive element in the world, like we're out there to kind of like molest and hurt children. When truthfully, loving gay families are actually doing more in God's name, in His word, than this man's doing. Because what this man is doing is he's taking God's word and he's manipulating it. He's using it for his own will, and more than likely he's hurting young gay people, because there are young gay people's families who watch this jerk. And they're actually
kick them out in the street, and they end up in homeless shelters because their families, listen to people like Pastor Manning, and now instead of loving their children, have kicked them out into the world for who knows what. And this man who is attacking us and saying that we're harming a child, how many children has he opened his home to? What kind of harm is he subjecting a child to now through the video that he just made? And for all the criticisms he made about what does a 10-year-old know about gay marriage, what does a 10-year-old know about anything, our son knows more about love and family than Mr. Manning probably has in his entire being.
And you can tell by the letter he wrote. I mean, the letter he wrote was amazing, and that's all Daniel. We did not help him with that letter. He did an awesome job. And the fact that he could articulate what family is in the way he did in that letter just shows how mature he is for his age.
And he's another one of these guys who like to beat people over the head with Leviticus while ignoring the rest of what Leviticus says and not applying it to himself.
Okay, so to wrap this video up, me and Brian have a disagreement here. Mr. Manning has a huge voice. He almost has as many subscribers as us, and he has a huge audience. And his video is getting anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 views per video. I personally think that what he is doing is hate speech. And his video, YouTube, you have freedom of speech in the United States of America, but you're not allowed to have hate speech. And what he did with our images is he used our images to abuse our family. He's basically attacked Daniel and us in the video, and I think that we should get him banned off of YouTube. Take away his voice.
Because the reality is he didn't just call us a bunch of bad names. He's put Daniel's name out there completely and put him, I think, really in danger through that.
Okay, but you were opposed to getting him kicked off YouTube. Why is that?
Because I believe that turns him into a martyr. It lets him roll over and say, oh, the big bad gay people are doing this to me.
But my attitude is that he can be a martyr in his own little church, and he doesn't have to be a martyr on YouTube where he's spreading these concepts and ideas for little kids to come across, because as you guys know, there's a lot of young people on YouTube that come across these kind of videos, and if you're a young gay person, this does harm. So I'm asking everybody, I'm going to put the link to his channel down below. Could you please flag the video and go to his channel and flag it as inappropriate content? And we'll try to get him kicked off YouTube.
And, we fully expect that Mr. Manning and the people who watch him will have responses to this. We've never shied away of people who've come to us with, their hellfire and brimstone preaching. And we have always drawn a really strict line between what we view to be religion and what we view to be spirituality. And I think what Mr. Manning is bringing is just straight up human religion and ideas about God.
Okay. To end this video, have a great Easter, no matter how you celebrate it, no matter in what context. I will try to sneak an Easter egg hunt video, but no promises. And until next time, YouTube, goodbye.
See you later, YouTube.
And I believe that our love found its way through the current as the waves crash down.